What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Jeff from the owner of RDR Gear in Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you don't know what we do, don't take a look at this. Look at me, and let me take a minute to tell you about what we do here at RDR. We're primarily a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in plate carriers, placards, chest rigs, belts, canine gear. Soft goods in general is our forte, as well as our Safari and holster mods and holster wraps. All those products you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. If you have questions about a pending order or a future order, you can always email us at info@rdrholsters.com. And of course, Instagram and Facebook, where I post a lot of the one-off things that we do for customers, for locals, or things I'm just kind of tinkering with, or stuff I have to move, orphans, etc. Instagram is where it's at. So let's get back to what we're here for. The B&T Brugger and Thomet APC9SD. If you followed in the past, I have other APC or B&T videos up on the products I own. Unfortunately, some of those got taken down recently. YouTube got mad at me. But this is basically the same thing of our previous B&T models from about here back. Similar style UMP style stock, all the same B&T lower furniture. This is B&T factory magazine, but what's cool about this particular B&T, this is the APC9 Pro SD, integrity suppressed. This is the wider rail section. This is the longer rail as well, because this is the integrity suppressed 9mm suppressor. So this barrel is only 5.7 inches, I believe, and the suppressor is the entire length that you see here. The SDs are a very unique system, because it's similar to an MP5 SD. There are special ports within the breech face of the barrel that convert 115 grain into basically subsonic 147 grain ammo. So if you shoot 115 grain for practice ammo, you're fine, but you're going to get a very quiet, very low recoil impulsing round. Throw 147s in there, which we did today, you get a very, very hearing safe, indoor shooting safe. We got to shoot two different mags, 115 grain out of the B&T magazine today, and then we'll shoot one magazine of 147 grain Corbon subsonic out of the KCI magazine. So these are the new KCI mags for the B&T, so that way we have two different rounds, two different magazines. Huge difference. This is not quite a sub gun per se, since it is non-select fire, but as with all B&Ts, you guys can see these guns at different retailers around the country, different YouTube channels that do have select fire version of this. If you follow my boys at the 1911 Syndicate, Jake and Chris, they were at B&T's headquarters recently, and they both got to shoot this exact same gun in a select fire version. So that's very cool. It's very quiet. And in the select fire version, I've only shot one in a demo in the past, and it's a very, very fast. So it's a very cool setup. I like the SD way better than the standard B&T. When I got my APC9 first time around, I probably should have just saved my money, did the SD version. They were just very hard to come by at the time. They were just not readily available, and so I just kind of took the first one I got, which was a Pro. But the SD I really like because of the longer length rail. I like the wider top end here, because if I wanted to run a light, I can easily run a light with a pressure switch up top, run my light off that right hand side. I don't have any issue with anything, and that longer rail section gives me a little more comfort in regards to grabbing the gun in a traditional C-clamp. The suppressor is super quiet. Very easy to remove and install. It has an integrated flip-up sight in the front of the rail here. So if you need an iron there, you've got one in the rear here as well. So they're small, they're tiny, but if you had to use them in a much lower red dot or running the B&T Nano that comes with these guns or comes on these guns, you'd be fine either way, and these just flip back down. No big deal there. Side folder, UMP style stock. You can use that. You can use the retractable, all the same features of any of the APC series rifles. All the accessories mount to this one as well. Typical complaint for a B&T lower receiver. I wish they would probably address this in the future, is that the safeties are very stiff, and the left or right hand side for a shooter the delete needs to be included in the box. These are not exactly the easiest things to take off. So in the past, on my old gun, I literally just took a Dremel to this thing and chopped it while I was on the gun, because it literally opened me up. Again, I'll show on Crispy today. It gives me a dent. So I ended up shifting throughout the day. I will no longer come over. I'll thumb on the side, and this is how I'll operate this gun, and I'll shoot it quite often because the safety is so harsh on the index finger here. Because if I drop it, you'll see how it stabs me, and it just puts a dent in the skin, and over time that just becomes a cut, and it did split me open today. It's just super sharp, and it's a design thing that I feel on the B&Ts needs to be addressed. It's kind of an issue there. So sling systems are kind of weird in these guns as well. Parker Mountain makes the QD adapter like this one here on Greg's gun. This one here, there's a QD cup, so it comes over the top, and instead there are no QD positions on the pick rail side here. So using a Magpul RSA QD adapter, you run it on top and then run your sling or mount into this position here. Super simple there. Romeo red dot. I really like that red dot. It's very functional on this gun. It kind of fits the aesthetic lines of this rifle as well. But at the end of the day, this would be a 2-stamp gun as well, since you have the suppressor and your stock. So if you ran a pistol brace, 1-stamp gun, you'll be good to go. These do come in a pistol configuration like so. When you do get them when you purchase them, then you'll have to do any of your stock adapter setups there as well. So as always, guys, this is a super rad, super cool, of the B&Ts, one of my, if not my favorite. I'll probably own one again someday. Until then, I'll just kind of keep shooting what I got. But this is a factory B&T magazine with some aftermarket base pads. There are quite a few companies now making options for this, so you can find different variations, different styles of these. This is the newest version from KCI. KCI was cool enough to send us a couple demo magazines for this review. These are the new magazines, which I like a lot because they are a lot less sharp. These B&T magazines are wickedly sharp all the way around up here. It's just not something that I complain about. Everybody mentions how sharp these things are. The KCI magazines have very nice rounded edges, no sharp corners. These ran flawless today. Very well, very impressed. You can hit kci.com to find these out there. And this will be a great option to get additional magazines without maybe paying all the crazy pricing of the B&T magazines. And selection sometimes is hard to get additional factory OEM magazines, so KCI is filling the slot for that. So thank you guys for sending the mags out. As always, guys, that is the B&T APC9SD. We post 3 videos every week on Gear the Review, Gear the Manufacturer. Until next time, be well, take care.